I wanted to see what else was out there before I fully committed to a certain place to kind of try and set roots. The whole thing is waterproofed inside, never had a leak or anything, which has been nice. I think I spent more time on YouTube than I actually did in my build process. I mean, you're constantly thinking about how you're gonna do the next thing. Hi, my name's Taylor. This is my converted ProMaster. Come on and take a look. Welcome to my kitchen. I have this propane oven here. Honestly, I'm not much of a cook, but I figured this might help me try. I use the burners on top a lot more often than the oven. Otherwise, I have a 12 volt DC 65 liter fridge. Honestly, I think if I built another one, I would go up to like 110 liter. It's just almost enough, but I could use that little extra freezer space in there. I have this awning style window, the only one in my van, just in case it rained. I need some kind of airflow. So the fan and that cycle the flow from the kitchen pretty well. This is my deep well sink, custom butcher block here that I made and cut out for the sink. And then this is where I keep all the plates, pans, Tupperware, cups, silverware is all up here. It's just kind of a cluster drawer. And then under here is cleaning supplies. Here's my pantry, stocked as you can see. Then I have this hammock, which is currently just holding one banana, but it's kind of all it holds is just bananas for me. So on the backsplash here, I did this peel and stick tile, and there's this metal backer here, so it is magnetic. I had that just basically for this reason, to hold these chip clips. The tile, I kind of copied that off of a YouTube video I watched and really liked the look of it. And then it's kind of mountainy, which flows with where I came from and what I kind of wanted to continue through there. And then the turquoise cabinets, I'm very beachy. So with that, I wanted to find kind of that perfect color, the perfect beachy color to make this more of my like beach home. Right here is where all the controls are. This right here is my inverter switch. This is just my control module. See everything, see how much power I have left. Fan controller. This right here is my water heater switch. So that'll turn the outlet on in the back to turn the water heater on. This has my level of water left. Also turns on the water pump and water tank heaters. Then my LED light switch right here, or remote. That is. Honestly, building the kitchen part was kind of more easy for me. It was more basic because I was able to build house style cabinets. I watched videos on how to build cabinets for the van and I didn't really get it. I built the most structural cabinet I could. They've been holding together really well. This is my bedroom. I have a full-size mattress in here. It is actually 6'3" in length. And I made these little bunk outs here specifically because I need all of that. I'm 6'1" and I actually can sleep full length in here, not curled up, not on an angle. I ended up adding a 12 volt little fan over here just to keep that airflow going from my Center Max fan to this area, and with the bunk windows open, it keeps flow really nice. I added 2 little reading lights. They're dimmable, which is really nice. My mom actually made me some blackout curtains that cover both of those, so it stays really dark in here. So I have a his and hers cabinet, which actually they're a lot more spacious than they look. They're really deep. So just right now it's full, I mean, bathing suits still, even though it's winter almost. And then all my hoodies and longer pants. The ceiling here, as well as right here, I have the same material. It's tongue and groove pine. I ended up putting a weathered stain on it just to kind of give it that little extra dark tone with a little gray in it, which kind of goes with my whole scheme in here, kind of the turquoise, gray, black, whites, super more modern feel. And everything is bolted with screws down the line on each. The reason is that I just have been feeling stuck where I've been for the last 12 years. I mean, I have great friendships there, great relationships there, everything. It's just, I wanted to see what else was out there before I fully committed to a certain place to kind of try and set roots. And the van life was my idea of the perfect way to do that. I'm now able to travel the country, see places that I never thought I'd be able to go to, and do it for an extended period of time, not just a quick vacation, a quick trip. I'm able to like live in these places and experience how it works and experience the lifestyles. It's been a great thing for me. Like I've really enjoyed being able to see all these places and understand that there is more out there and just trying to figure out where to actually plant those roots. So it's been great and I'm not done yet. This right here is my hidden shower underneath my couch cushion. Right here, I keep my laundry in here as well. This curtain will go up to the ceiling. I ended up actually tiling the floor twice. The first time I tiled it, I used these kind of bigger hexagonal tiles that just didn't allow the slope I needed to, especially in the van when you're not always perfectly level. You need slope to be like quite major actually. So I ended up using these 2-inch hexagonal tiles on the bottom over top of the other ones to make this really good slope. And then the rest is kind of just designed in the same look with just multiple different tile features. The whole thing is waterproofed inside, never had a leak or anything, which has been nice. I have a 20-gallon freshwater tank in the back actually, and I carry an extra 5 just in case. It's kind of my, when I run out, I have this last day or two of water before I have to fill up. So it's kind of been nice to carry that extra tank just in case I run out. Here's actually my dining table. This is straight out of Colorado, beetle kill pine. I epoxied the whole top, nice and smooth. Kind of built its own drawer slide. It's not on slides, it's just this wood that I have in there that it slides perfectly on with a little bit of pad so it doesn't scratch a lot. This is the worst part though. So that's my toilet. It is a cassette toilet. I personally don't recommend getting a cassette toilet. It's like carrying around a porta potty. They stink, absolutely stink, especially when it gets really hot. So I empty it as frequently as possible. And usually when I empty it, I just empty it in a porta john near you. This is where I keep my toiletries and towels, the mirror, I guess, to check yourself out. This is my electronics area, kind of extra electronics down here, dog grooming stuff. My propane is down under here as well, a big that is connected to my oven, and that's the only thing I use propane for actually. So the oven lasts forever on one tank. I ended up not knowing what to do with this space over here on the door. I was back in Michigan at my parents' house one day, and they just ended up building a brand new house a couple years ago and had this like big piece of artwork, this identical thing. And for some reason it came with this small one. After I had already painted this whole van and kind of saw this art in the storage unit, I decided to grab it, and it fit perfectly with the color scheme in here. So I'm very happy the way it turned out. The reason I decided to build a van instead of buy one, I have a construction background, carpentry background ever since I was 15. I figured, how hard can it be, right? I mean, I build houses for a living. Why can't I just try and build out a metal box? There were some struggles at first. I think I spent more time on YouTube than I actually did in my build process. But once I got the insulating and the framing done, it kind of was natural again. It was just building on wood again. But what wasn't is electrical. I am not an electrician. I don't know amps from watts, don't know that stuff. So I ended up having to call a friend and pay one of my really good buddies who is a professional electrician to wire the whole van. I bought a 2021 ProMaster. So I bought it brand new for $43,000. The build cost me about $24,000 all said and done. And that's the materials and then my friend's labor who did all the electrical, all totaled up to about $24,000. Now I'm gonna take you to my garage. But first, I have a mountain bike, and this has been something that I finally decided to get after months of struggling, just taking it on and off because I have to get in here for my water fill. And so I added a nice swivel mount, which I highly recommend because now I have full access to the garage. So much easier than trying to squeeze your way behind the doors. Kind of a cluster, but my water tank's in here. I used PVC as my fill, which actually has been coming in a lot more handy than some people's just like inserts where you have to screw the hose. I added a diesel heater. Comes with a 2-gallon tank. I had built this shelf on top of the water tank to carry my grill and just a couple other miscellaneous items. When you're building a van, I mean, you're constantly thinking about how you're gonna do the next thing. And there was this dead space here that I just really didn't know what to do with. And I didn't like how it just dropped to the garage from the bed. I ended up building this cabinet style thing. It's just kind of not that deep, but plenty for holding that extra surfboard wax or just all the grill and miscellaneous things. And then back behind this big box is all my electrical. I have a 3,000 watt inverter. I have 200 amp hours of battery and the whole other system back there. Yeah, I do have a DC to DC charger, which helps me so much because I only have 200 watts of solar and 2 batteries. So the DC to DC charger, I mean, charges those things up so much faster, and I've never really needed more. I'll take you now to my roof deck. I added this debating on whether I wanted one or not because I wasn't really sure how much time I'd spend up there. It ended up being more so a storage area, and very infrequently we would go up and spend some time up there. But I added this water shower up here that I kind of custom built, went off some ideas I found online. It holds about 3 gallons, works great for just rinsing after surfing or a mountain bike ride, just getting all that dust off. On the front and back, I have spotlights. I can activate the front ones from my driver's seat. The reverse ones actually turn on when I go in reverse, as well as in the back here, I can turn them on with a switch. It just helps that much more brightening up the night because these things do not have great lighting. I would highly recommend just adding some spotlights to the roof rack. The van has been great, but it's also been hard. Not being able to carry everything you own. Like, I'm a multi-sport person. I want to have all my stuff, but I can't carry it all. There's just not enough room, and I don't want to tow a trailer. So being able to have everything in one place at my old apartment was really nice. However, I do feel like the trade-offs are way better. I think living in the van is an incredible experience that if you have any thoughts or any wants to try it out, I would just do it. I mean, give it a try because you meet so many new people, so many people that are actually like into the same thing as you because we're all doing the same thing. We're all out here to be more outdoors than indoors, and that's what the van gives us. The outdoors as our front yard, as our living room, essentially. Thank you guys for checking out my build. Thanks for stopping by. If you want to follow along and see what I'm up to, see my next adventures, TikTok and Instagram, Freddie Sends It. I hope to see you all down the road, on the beach, on the slopes, one way or another. See ya.